why I always start my videos clearing my damn throat, but back at you with another one. So this video is gonna be inspired. I was on a guy's show named Nutward TV. Some of y'all might know who he is. He's a smaller channel. He's been around for a long time. And when he does a lot of his like real talks, I'm all for him, you know. And so he had a show. This wasn't the topic, but he had a show, and I caught kind of like the tail end of it, right? And he said something. Oh, he was talking about something, and what I usually do when I'm on this show is I'll just ask him random questions. I'll just ask him random questions just because I love his take on certain things. So I asked him, you know, he's a hip hop fan, rap fan, as am I. And you know this thing going on with 50 Cent and his son. So I asked him, I said, what's your take on that? What do you think about the whole 50 Cent thing with his son? And he goes, well, you know, I don't really know much about it, but a lot of that stuff is caused by his mom, which would be 50 Cent's ex or baby mother, whatever you want to say. And he kind of rambled on a little bit. And I asked him, he said something about men's feelings and how nobody cares about it. And I asked him, I said, why are men's feelings always invalidated? And I asked him another question in the same comment. I said, why are men's feelings always invalidated? Are the men of the past, did the men of the past set that trend? And he agreed. He said, yeah, I believe so. But I kind of want to take it a step further. I kind of want to expound on what I was said to him, or what I asked him. You know how there's the old joke that nobody gives a shit about Father's Day, and Dad always gets ties and socks and drawers and shit like that on Father's Day. You know how there's always, people always say, you know, oh, you know, nobody gives a damn about a man, you know, what he's going through and stuff like that. And to kind of go off of what I asked him, the men of the past, they are kind of to blame for that. See, the reason a lot of us, let me touch on this first. See, the reason a lot of us when we're kids and we don't give a shit about, you know, Dad's birthday or Father's Day or, you know, stuff like that, is because a lot of times we didn't see our dad giving a shit about it. Because when they were kids, they didn't see their dad giving a shit about it. And when they were kids, they didn't see their dads giving a shit about it either. So the reason kind of why, you know, as a man, you know, when your mom is sick, you kind of make sure, you kind of check on her more often, you know, things like that. When your father is sick, when your dad is sick, you just kind of peek your head in the door. You all right? All right. But when your mama, can I get you anything? Can I do this? Can I do? And I believe the reason for that is simply because we've been kind of bred by our fathers or by men in our lives. Even if you didn't have your biological father, maybe your stepfather, maybe your uncle, maybe your granddad. We're kind of trained to think that way. When dad's going through some shit, just ask, you all right? You good? All right. And that, yes, no matter how abrupt, no matter how short, no matter what, we take that. As soon as He could be coughing up a lung while he's saying it. You all right? Yeah. Said he was all right. Because why? Well, they did that to us when we were growing up. You know. You know the old saying, or the old way, or whatever. Little girl falls down. Oh, baby, even the men. Oh, baby, it'll be all right. Don't cry, baby. When a little boy falls down, you get your ass up. You got to man up. I'm not even a fucking man. Not even a man. I am a small child, and my pain threshold I haven't had enough physical pain. I haven't fell down as much as you have to just say, get the fuck up and don't fucking cry. You know? So we've been trained like that ever since we were kids. So let me go back to the men of the past. See, when it comes to, and maybe this is just genetic, it could be a societal thing or whatever. But see, when you want somebody to care about what you're doing, the best thing would be for you to care about what you're doing. Prime example. You're trying to raise money for something, right? Or you're trying to get something done, some crowdfunding, whatever. If you act all nonchalant about it, yeah, go ahead and donate. We trying to, little blanket drive, little food drive, whatever, fuck it. If you're doing that, people are going to be like, well, he said fuck it, so I ain't giving him shit. He don't even sound like he's excited about what the cause that he's trying to help. How can I get excited about it? So why'd I bring that up? See, women have always, and maybe it's because they're allowed to, because they know if they do that, somebody will cater to them, and that goes back to crying as a child. Now, you're both children, you're both small, and you both fail. More people will run over to that. I'll give you a better example. Do y'all remember that video of that woman? She was a black woman, acting a complete ass at that football game. And that dude, he was kind of an older guy. Or how did it go? They were arguing about something, right? But she was acting an ass. The dude was there with his child, right? That man didn't do shit. That man did not do anything. All he did was say something to her. He was like, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to get the fuck out of here. She did something or she said something. I can't really remember. That woman threw her beer, whatever the fuck drink she was drinking. She threw that drink on that man. His little son started to cry because he just witnessed his dad get embarrassed. And he probably knows that, well, daddy always told me not to hit no girl, so he can't hit no girl. Even though this is a big fat ass grown ass woman, still a girl technically. Not a little girl, but you know. Guess how many people ran over to comfort that child while his dad was infuriated, knowing he wants to knock this bitch out, but he can't. Because how many people do you think ran over to that little boy? I'll give you a few seconds. Time's up. Nobody. Nobody went over to that little boy, or at least in the link to the video. Maybe they did it after it calmed down. In the time span of that video, no person, no adult went and made sure that little boy was all right. But what did every grown-ass person do? They ran over to that grown-ass woman because she was upset. Oh, baby, now you can't be doing all that. Now you, come on now. And then when the man was getting mad, man, bro, come on, bro, that's a female, bro, that's a female. So what that's telling me is she can do whatever the fuck she wants because she threw a fit. I can't do shit. right? I'm kind of going all over the place with it. The last little point I want to make. Listen to that song, Thin Line Between Love and Hate. In that song, that man is describing him cheating on his woman or his wife, his girl, significant other nonetheless. He cheats on her, right? He's saying in the beginning of the song, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting in. I hear a voice say, are you hungry? Have you eaten yet? So she's gaming him. She knows what he's doing. He comes in the house. At some point in the song, he ends up in the hospital. Now, what she did, he didn't describe really in the lyrics. But let's just say, she threw hot grease or some shit on him. Or let's say she beat the shit out of him on a club or something. I'll bet. Now, what does that tell you? I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that even though you could say, well, cheating is wrong and you shouldn't do it, I'm not here to argue that. Cheating is still not being nothing done physical to you, right? You cheat on your woman, she can fuck you up. But as a man, if your woman cheat on you and you beat shit out that bitch, man, bro, all she did was cheat. You didn't have to whoop her ass like that. But all I did was cheat on her, and now I'm in the hospital. To go back to my original point, fellas, we set that trend. Can we undo it? Nah. We set that trend though. Now you go, well, how can we be heard and have our feelings accepted and heard and have our point of view heard while still being manly, still being respected, not acting like women, not crying, not doing any of that? How can we convey our feelings and what we want, what we have to say be heard, and still hold like a masculine frame, I guess? I don't know. I really don't know. But all I know is in this society, I'm American, so in this country, manhood is it's in danger. You know, they don't want you to be too masculine. They don't want you to say certain things. They want you to be down with, they want you to be accepting of all this bullshit, no matter what it is, no matter the programming and all this stuff. I guess maybe what we have to do is just keep chipping away at it, staying strong on it. Or in the words of OG Ricky, when you believe something, you stand on that motherfucker like King Kong. Maybe if we just stay on it, be steadfast in our fight. Because and this is the last point, I'll wrap it up. A lot of times, this is what happens. When you're standing on a argument, on a point of view, on anything, right? When you're standing on it, not like you're wrong and you're arguing because you don't want to be wrong, so you're just arguing just to argue. When you're saying what you're saying, you're making sense, but you're getting bogged down by just nonsensical, just PC shit, just hitting you in the fucking head. When you show a slight bit of remorse, and this goes for anything, I'm talking about whether you're arguing with somebody, when you show a little bit of remorse, when there's a crack in your armor, that's when you get hit with a barrage of more of the same shit. But when you stand on it and you say, look, this is, unless you provide some factual shit that proves that I'm wrong in what I'm saying, I'm not getting off of my soapbox. I'm not changing my mind about this. This is how I feel about this. I think if more of us did that, I think maybe the world would have no choice but to placate to what we're talking about. Because if you look at all these dudes, these red pill dudes talking about the women and modern women today. Hey, look, the modern women today, if you really alpha male and you really red pill, you got to take accountability, man. So that's on us. That's on us. Women just copy. Women copy what we do, and sometimes they'll do the reverse. Like if a man's acting more feminine, they say if a man's acting more feminine, a woman will be more masculine because there's too much feminine energy, right? When a woman is in her feminine, a man's in his masculine, right? So if we just stay strong and say, look, this is how we as men, and I don't know weirdo MGTOW red pill shit. Just stand on your shit as a fucking man and say, look, this is our shit. We care about this now. Maybe them motherfuckers in the past didn't, but we care about this now. Today, starting 2022, men want our feelings to be heard, and we want change. We just want change. We tired of the court systems. Now that's a different fight. I'm bringing up the court system, and maybe that goes into MGTOW shit by not having kids and stuff like that because the courts just deem a mother fit for the kid or a better fit for a parent. I think I'll make a video about that too. Nature versus nurture. Why that saying is bullshit. But yeah, men, we just gotta hold our nuts. Say, look, this how we, no pun intended, or not to be vulgar, but this how we coming. This how we believe. This what we stand on. Them old days are gone. We're no longer your plaything. You know. I don't know. Why do you think men's feelings are invalidated? Do you think it's the men of the past? Do you think they were more macho back then, and we just kind of gave in to women's BS? Let me know what you think. This is kind of a long one, but I like to hear some feedback. So, I guess that's it. I'm out.